what is your focus now? Is it as far as like, are you selling? Is it more informational? And then what is that long form content going to look like?
Well, for me, it's informational. There's been so many changes in book publishing and not necessarily in a direction that's beneficial to authors. So I feel now, and the reason I'm doing these podcasts is because I want to let authors know that what they're most likely to find on Google in a search when they go looking for help is probably the wrong answer, and that original self-publishing still exists. And what the original model for self-publishing was that the author is the publisher, and the author makes the investment to create the product, and the author gets all of the revenue when a book is sold. Well, what's happening now is, quote unquote, publishers have kind of crept into the middle ground, and they're actually taking money out of the author's pocket every time a book is sold, even though they charge the author for their services up front. So authors are really leaving quite a bit of money on the table. And my aim now is to educate them and reintroduce original self-publishing.
Yeah, actually, that's super interesting to me because when you said, you're getting paid, you're getting charged up front, and then the publisher takes a cut of every copy, I immediately thought of two other companies that do that: credit card companies and insurance companies.
Exactly.
And if I ran a business, I would not want to be associated with either of those if I could absolutely help it. So
Yeah.
I think that's quite the selling point.
Well, traditional publishing, the publisher used to and still does make all of the investment to produce the book, and then the author is paid a small royalty. That's fair because the author hasn't made any investment, right? The
Yeah.
publisher is a business, and they need to recoup the investment that they made. But with these middleman companies that I just mentioned, they're charging the author to produce the book, and they're paying the author a small royalty. And in many cases, the author is making less money on the book than the publishing company.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. That
No,
doesn't
it's
sound like that risk is balanced,
Yeah.
And so what you guys are doing is there's still the upfront cost because, it is a service and there is value that needs to be paid for. But then
Yes,
after that, then the author retains all the rights, all the money, all the everything.
exactly. What we
Yeah.
do, we help them create the book, but then we upload the files to the author's print-on-demand accounts so that they get all the sales reports, they get the bank deposits, and they get every penny of revenue that is possible to make in the book world directly to them. And we're out of the financial picture at that point. We're always available for help if the author needs it, but we don't participate in the finances after the book is created.
Nice. Yeah. I like that. That's a great service. It looks like you found a kind of a hole or a niche in the market, and like, hey, we can fill that. We can provide value, and we can do it better than these other companies that maybe don't have as good of business practices as we have. I love that.
Well, like I said, that's original self-publishing, which has been forgotten.